brochures say that the Cotswolds are quintessentially English countryside, a pace of life that seems slower than elsewhere, all set in gentle rolling hills. Strange sporting customs are practiced in quaintly named villages like Upper and Lower Slaughter. The name Slaughter comes from the Old English slaughter and has nothing to do with killings, but simply a muddy place. They are places of water, old bridges, stone cottages, and a mill, now no longer milling, but providing food for the traveller. As you wander the lanes of these two villages, you may come across these little stoats. More likely, you will see, in May at least, typical buttercup meadows, preserved as they used to be 50 years ago. You might be tempted to ask what a specimen of the tree called Davidia involucrata is doing on an English hillside. The handkerchief tree is a native of China and is one of many specimen trees in the Batsford Arboretum. Once the back garden with a Japanese feel of the home of the 6 Mitford sisters, amongst them Nancy Mitford, the novelist, and Deborah, who became the Duchess of Devonshire. The Arboretum is a haven of wild flowers and has a fine collection of acers, Japanese maples. As well as bamboo, wild orchids blossom in season. From the sublime to the slightly bizarre, a red telephone box that reveals itself as a lending library, bought from BT for £1 and lovingly restored for its present purpose by the village of Tottenham. We understand that the electricity bill will be paid by BT for the next 7 years. The name Morton in Marsh comes from Old English and means the farmstead on the moor in the marsh. No marsh is visible now, and the town, with its pretty sandstone cottages, old world charm, coaching inns and toll charges, still has a weekly market. No cattle are sold these days. In some parts of the country, if you are male and enjoy beer, you become a Morris dancer. In the Cotswolds, you play Aunt Sally, a traditional summer game. The dolly or Sally is placed on a 3-foot-high spike. 2 teams of 6 or 8 take turns to try and knock the Sally off without hitting the spike. It is a lot harder than it looks. The teams are put up by the pubs, and the local brew is an essential ingredient in the bid to win the league. In this match, Tottenham versus Chipping Norton, Tottenham won 36-32. It's 1942 and Upton House near Banbury is sandbagged against enemy action. The country seat of a prominent banker, Lord Bearsted, and home to his treasured art collection, the house was full of priceless paintings. An RAF airfield built nearby gave Lord Bearsted a shock, and he wondered how he was going to protect his treasures. As a trustee of the National Gallery, he knew that the nation's art was being shipped to safety in a disused Welsh slate quarry. Lord Bearsted persuaded the powers that be to let 40 of his own paintings go into storage as well. Upton House then became the home of his merchant bank and staff, turning the Long Gallery into the typist's pool and some of the servants' quarters into dormitories complete with knitted knickers.
He was a boogie boogie bugle boy of Company B. And when he played boogie boogie bugle, he was busy as a bee. And when he plays, he makes the company jump A to the bar. He's a boogie boogie bugle boy of Company B. Toot 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 la da toot la da toot toot. He blows it A to the bar. He can't blow a note if the bass and guitar isn't with us.
The rest of the house was put into mothballs for the duration.
He's the boogie boogie bugle boy of Company B.
And after all that trolling around, I could do with a drink. Your very good health. Cheers.